See, okay, once again the topic is operational amplifiers. It is also called as op amp. So once again I draw the logic symbol of the operational amplifiers. So this is the logic symbol. So this is the logic symbol of operational amplifier. This terminal is named as minus. This is positive terminal, and these are input terminals. So this is V1 and this is V2. These terminals are called input terminals, and this is output terminal. This is output terminal, and we have two more power supplies are needed to working this operational amplifier. This is the positive VCC and this is the negative VCC. Okay, right. So this is nothing but VCC. This is called VEE. Okay, right. Once again I discuss about the logic symbol of operational amplifier. So this negative terminal, the negative terminal is named as inverting terminal, and this positive terminal is called non-inverting terminal, and this is output. Okay, so this is op amp. Okay, so this is positive supply. Okay, so this is called collector voltage supply, and this terminal is called emitter voltage supply. This is called emitter voltage supply. Okay, so the negative sign is it indicates for inverting amplifier, and positive terminal is indicating for non-inverting amplifier. Okay, so this is a operational amplifier logic symbol, and this operational amplifiers are high. See, it is a multi-stage direct coupled amplifier, and it shows always high input impedance. It shows high input impedance, and it shows low output impedance. Okay, low output impedance. Okay, so here the collector voltage supply and negative voltage supply. So therefore there is a the operational amplifier we can operate by using a dual power supply source. This is a dual power supply, and this is a positive VCC and this is negative VCC actually. So this is positive VCC, this is negative VCC. So op amp operate, see, it requires dual power supply. Okay, so why this power supply is used to operate this amplifier? Because we are already studying the block diagram case level shifting stage. So in level shifting stage, what will be happening in level shifting stage? Some of the DC voltages are DC voltages అందులో ఉంటాయండి level shifting stages లో, and these DC voltages are approaches to near to ground. So that's why we have to use this DC potential. DC potential is required for operating of this amplifier. So it requires DL power supply. This is a DC power supply actually. DC power supply. Okay, right. This is the actually operational amplifier. Now we will discuss about what is inverting and non-inverting modes. Okay, so first of all, if you give any input signal to the first inverting terminal, then obviously we will close the terminal 2. Otherwise we have to give direct ground to inverting non-inverting terminal. So you can use this operational amplifier only in one terminal. Okay, so for suppose if you are operating this operational amplifier in inverting mode, that means your non-inverting terminal always connected to ground. Otherwise you can operate this operational amplifier in non-inverting mode, then definitely your inverting mode will be connected to ground. So then only this is a single input and single output device. Then only it will convert single input and single output devices. Okay, next I'll explain how to I'll explain non-inverting and inverting and non-inverting operational amplifiers. So please note everybody, please note. Please note everybody, understand everybody. So everybody, please respond me everybody. Is the screen is visible or not? First of all, please note everybody. Okay, so listen all of you. Okay, so first suppose, see, here positive VCC means it is a collector supply voltage and it is a emitter supply voltage. So first suppose if modulus of VCC plus VCC is equal to modulus minus VEE. Okay, so this is the dual power supply actually. In dual power supply, these two values are almost equal. Then it is called as, then it is called balanced power supply. It is called as balanced power supply. Okay, for suppose this plus VCC mod plus VCC minus VEE is termed as unbalanced power supply. Unbalanced power supply. Okay, so in unbalanced power supply, the operational amplifier will not work properly actually. In this condition, the operational amplifiers doesn't work properly. If plus VCC and minus VCC both are given same value, means which the plus VCC is equal to minus VEE, then only the output voltage will be saturation. Okay, so in this condition is called saturation condition. Saturation condition. Okay, so this situation is saturation condition antaru. In saturation condition only, the saturation condition will exist only in balanced power supply. So if you given a balanced power supply to this operational amplifier, then only the output of this operational amplifier is saturated. Saturation condition. Okay, see, saturation condition, right? Note, please, everybody note. Right now, please note, everybody. I'll move to next page. So I'll move to next page. Right. So once again, I consider this diagram. So once again, I take the logic symbol of operational amplifier, but now I tells about inverting operational amplifiers. So this is inverting operational amplifiers. So this is the logic symbol of operational amplifier. Now in this amplifier, I'll consider only inverting terminal, and the non-inverting terminal is connected to some ground. Okay, and this is the inverting terminal. So now I will apply some input signal input signal to this non-inverting terminal. So what will be happen in output? See, once again, if I am giving a small input signal, like, so this is the small input signal. This is the small input signal, AC signal. I am applying this input signal of a sine form. So this is the input signal, positive and negative. Then what will be happen in output? I'll consider the output of this will look like, okay, the positive peak was given to the inverting terminal, then the output was inverted into 180 degrees phase shift. So in inverting amplifier, the output of the given signal is definitely, it will make some phase angle. That phase angle is 180 degrees phase angle. Okay, so this is a inverting amplifier. So inverting amplifiers మనం యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే దానికి ఇచ్చిన ఇన్పుట్ సిగ్నల్ ఏదైతే ఇస్తామో దానికి ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా దాని ఫేజ్ డిఫరెన్స్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. అది 180 డిగ్రీస్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తుంది. ఇలాంటి వాటిని మనం ఇన్వర్టింగ్ యాంప్లిఫైర్స్ అంటాం. ఓకే, సో ఈ ఇన్వర్టింగ్ యాంప్లిఫైర్. సో దేర్ఫోర్ gain of this amplifier is represented capital A. So capital A is the gain of this amplifier. Then we are right, the output of this operational amplifier is equal to gain times of its input voltage. Okay, so therefore that is always less than minus 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, so therefore the input, whatever the input voltage is given to this inverting terminal, that inverting terminal, then the output of that operational amplifier gain times will be increases, and at the same time they will show some it will show some out of 180 degrees their output. So it will be amplified as well as it will maintain 180 phase shift corresponding to input signal. So this type of amplifiers are called inverting amplifiers. So please note, everybody. So please note everybody. Please note everybody. So I'll move to next page. Right. Now I'll study non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifiers. So what is non-inverting amplifier? Same logic symbol. Once again, I draw the logic symbol. Right now, this terminal, I'll I'll grounded the inverting terminal, and I'm consider some V in voltage to that non-inverting terminal. So I'll give you input signal right now in inverting terminal, and non-inverting terminal is inverting terminal is considered as inverting terminal is connected to ground source, and I'm giving some input signal to non-inverting terminal. So what will be happen in output? See, if you connected some signal into the input voltage, so if this is your input voltage, this is a positive peak and this is negative peak. So this signal, this is the input voltage Vn signal, and this is a omega t. Okay, so angle. So this input signal is right now I'm applying for input non-inverting terminal. So what will be happen after the performing of this? After performing the amplification of the amplification process. Okay, so what is the gain of this amplifier? Capital A is the gain of the amplifier. So we will see the output voltage V0 is gain times of input voltage Vn. Here input voltage Vn is nothing but difference of voltage. So that is the difference of voltage V2 minus V1. Okay, so that is called input voltage. So whatever the input voltage is given, the difference of that input voltage is amplified at the output. Okay, so finally we will get the output voltage like, so it is obviously amplified, but right now it is in phase with the input voltage. So in phase with the input voltage. So this is called omega t, and this is called output voltage. So finally it will maintain 0 degree phase. So if you give any input signal to non-inverting terminal, then amplifier shows cannot reversal, or it always show 0 degree phase angle with the output. Okay, so this is 0 degrees of phase angle with the input actually. Okay, so this type of amplifiers are called non-inverting amplifiers. Okay, understand? మీరు ఏ ఇన్పుట్ అయినా సరే నాన్ ఇన్వర్టింగ్ టెర్మినల్ కి ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ ఇన్పుట్ అనేది 0 డిగ్రీస్ ఫేజ్ లాగే ఉంటుంది. నాన్ ఇన్వర్టింగ్ టెర్మినల్ అయితే 0 ఫేజ్ డిగ్రీస్, ఇన్వర్టింగ్ టెర్మినల్ అయితే 180 ఫేజ్ డిగ్రీ చూపిస్తుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఇది నాన్ జీరో. 0 degrees అంటే సేమ్ యాజ్ ఇస్ గా పాజిటివ్ పీక్ విల్ బి అపియర్డ్ యాజ్ పాజిటివ్ అండ్ నెగటివ్ పీక్ విల్ బి అపియర్డ్ యాజ్ negative peak only, but it is amplified and it will only shows in phase with the input signal. Okay, so this is called non-inverting amplifier. So please note everybody, this is non-invert amplifier. This is called inverting amplifier, this is non-inverting amplifier. Please note everybody, I'll move to next page. everybody? I'll move to next page. Right, we'll move to next page. Now, characteristics, operational amplifier characteristic curve. Next topic is operational amplifier characteristic curve. Okay, now the next topic is operational amplifier characteristic curve. Okay, so in this curve I'll draw how the operational amplifier output voltage will be appeared in this graph. Okay, so right now I'll draw the this is a dual power supply. We need to operate this operational amplifier, so that's why our graph is also look like in both negative and positive region, because we are applying positive voltage supply and negative voltage supply. So that's why in y-axis we will consider output voltage V0, and this is the input voltage Vin. Okay, so this is the input voltage. Okay, right now the graph is shown look like so. This is your output voltage. So the graph is starts between from center point only. When your input signal is increasing, your output signal is also increases. Like linearly it was increases. Okay, when your input signal is increases, and our output signal is also linearly increases. Similarly, this is a negative potential, negative output voltage, and you will give a negative input voltage. Okay, now it is also, see, if you are given input voltage in this direction and the output voltage is also linearly increases, but see, after it reaches some point, okay, after it the slope of the, see, the slope of this linear graph is represents open loop AOL, open loop gain. So the slope is nothing but open loop gain. So this is the open loop gain. That gain is nothing but the operational amplifier shows some gain. That gain is represented in the slope of this linear graph. So once it reaches to maximum voltage, then see, after then it comes to saturation condition. So if you draw the saturation condition, see, this is the saturation condition. Now this is the saturation condition existing. So this is the saturation condition. So when you will get the saturation condition for that operational amplifier, I already tell you about to that saturation will be modulus of VCC is equal to plus VCC mod of minus VEE. Okay, so this condition is called saturation condition. Okay, now if you are giving same power supply, if you are already applying some potential to that operational amplifier, అంటే మీరు ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తారంటే, సో ఇక్కడ ఒక ఆపరేషనల్ యాంప్లిఫైర్ ఇలా ఉంది కదండి, ఈ ఆపరేషనల్ యాంప్లిఫైర్ కి ప్లస్ విసిసి మైనస్ విసిసి మీరు అప్లై చేస్తున్నారు. ఓకేనా, సో అంటే మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చిన ఇన్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ అనేది ఫర్ సపోజ్ మైక్రో వోల్ట్ లో ఇన్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నారు. నా మైక్రో వోల్ట్ లో ఇన్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు ఫర్ సపోజ్ ఇన్వర్టింగ్ మోడ్ లో అప్లై చేస్తారు అనుకుందాం. సో మైక్రో వోల్టేజ్ అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు మీకు ఇక్కడ వచ్చే అవుట్పుట్ ఏమవుతుంది, సమ్ మిల్లీ వోల్ట్స్ లో లేదా సమ్ వోల్ట్ లో వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సమ్ వోల్ట్ లో వస్తుంది అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్. సో అయితే ఈ మీరు అప్లై చేసిన వోల్టేజ్ ఇక్కడ మైక్రో వోల్ట్స్ లో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మీకు ఏమవుతుంది, వోల్ట్ లో వోల్టేజ్ వస్తుంది. అంటే యాంప్లిఫికేషన్ అనేది కొంత ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది, అంటే మోర్ యాంప్లిఫికేషన్ జరగదు. ఫర్ సపోజ్ మీరు ఇక్కడ 1 మైక్రో వోల్ట్ అప్లై చేస్తే దెన్ మీకు వచ్చే ఫైనల్ అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ ఏంటి, 1 వోల్ట్ వచ్చింది, ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది అనుకుందాం. 1 మైక్రో వోల్ట్ కి 1 వోల్ట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది. సో ఇది ఆబ్వియస్లీగా సిగ్నల్ యాంప్లిఫై అయింది, బట్ నాట్ మోర్ దాన్. సో మీరు ఎందుకు అంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఈ సాచురేషన్ కండిషన్ అనేది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవడం వల్ల మోర్ వోల్టేజెస్ అనేవి అవుట్పుట్ లో రావు. సో ఒకవేళ కనుక అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినా సరే ఒక పర్టికులర్ పాయింట్ దగ్గర అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ అనేది సాచురేట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆ కండిషన్ నే బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ కండిషన్ ఆఫ్ పవర్ సప్లైస్ అంటారు. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సాచురేషన్ కండిషన్. నౌ దిస్ రీజన్ is represents as saturation region. Okay, so this is called positive saturation, positive VCC. This is called positive saturation region. And see, this is called a negative saturation region. So this is called minus VEE. Okay, so that is called negative saturation region. So after then, in between these two points only the operational amplifier can amplify any signal. So e ranges much matrame operational amplifier anedi any signal ni amplify cheyagaladu. Okay, so this is the active region of the operational amplifier. So this is called active region of operational amplifier. So this is called active region of amplifier. Okay, so please note everybody. So please note everybody. Now after this class I will discuss about some important definitions, some of the important definitions, and it is also called as characteristics of operational amplifiers. Okay, so please note everybody. In saturation region, the output voltage is maximum constant. This saturation means it is a saturation region is constant region. After then your input signal is increasing, your output signal is amplified for particular situation. If once it was show some increasing signal, then after then the value will be constant in this region. ఓకే, ఈ రీజన్ లో మీకు ఎప్పుడు కూడా అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ కాన్స్టెంట్ గా ఉంటుంది. సర్టైన్ వరకు ఇది యాంప్లిఫై అవుతుంది, యాంప్లిఫై అయిన తర్వాత మీకు కాన్స్టెంట్ చూపిస్తుంది. దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ these operational amplifiers are called as voltage controlled voltage source only. Voltage controlled voltage source. So that is the reason it is called as voltage controlled voltage source. Voltage controlled voltage source. Okay, so that is the reason. Please note everybody. Right. Next, I'll move to some important definitions. So important definitions. So please note previous page. I'll open once again. I'll post the attendance. So please note everybody. Please note everybody. Next, we will know some important definitions. So, what are the definitions? See, so from before going to perform different operations by using operational amplifier, we need to some important definitions. So, I want to explain now that definitions. So, the first definition is input bias current. How input bias current is given to operational amplifiers. So input bias current. The first definition is input bias current. And what is input bias current? It is the average. It is the average of two current. Average of two currents which flow into inverting, and non-inverting terminals of op-amp. Okay, so this is called the definition of input bias current. Input bias current is the average of two currents which flow into inverting and non-inverting amplifier. So first, suppose I draw an operational amplifier, like this is an operational amplifier, and this is positive, this is minus, and this is positive signal. Now this is one terminal and this is the another terminal. This is inverting terminal and this is non-inverting terminal. This is the output. So this is the output terminal. Okay. For suppose this is a input bias, means the average current which flow through inverting and non-inverting. The average of two currents which flow into inverting and non-inverting terminals. So for suppose this is the I1 current which is given to the non-inverting terminal, and I2 is the current which is given to inverting terminal. So then what is the input biasing current is nothing but the average of these two currents is given input biasing currenting of this operational amplifier. So therefore the biasing current IB is nothing but biasing current is equal to the average currents of the two terminals. Okay, so this is called I1 plus I2 divided by 2. So this is the average current formula. Okay, so this is called, this average current between the terminals like non-inverting and inverting terminals is called input bias current. So ideally its value, ideally means every, అంటే ప్రతి ఐసి మనం రెండు రకాలుగా చదువుతాం, ఒకటి థియరిటికల్లీ అండ్ ఇంకోటి ప్రాక్టికల్లీ. సో ఐడియల్లీ మీన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ a theoretical value of input biasing current, and practical value of input biasing. Okay, so ideally its value is 0. Ideally there is no biasing current between the input and non-input terminals. Ideally we are not giving any bias currenting, but practically it shows in 100 nano amperes. Practically it shows 100 nano amperes. So actually theoretically there is no, if you are not providing any current to these terminals, means their output current is also 0. That means there is no biasing condition. But ideally, theoretically its value is 0 because I am not applying any current right now. But practically it shows 100 nano amperes due to internal components వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, some current అనేది drive అవుతుంది. So therefore hundreds of nano amperes. So this is approximately 0 actually. So but practically it shows 100 nano amperes. Okay, nano amperes biasing current. So this is the biasing current definition. So input bias current is nothing but it is the average of the two currents which flow into inverting and non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier. If you see that biasing current in this a particular diagram. So in the in the operational amplifier, now I connected two terminals to this operational amplifier. So here I1 current flow in non-inverting terminal, I2 current flow in inverting terminal. So therefore the biasing current IB represents the average of these two currents, I1 plus I2 divided by 2. But if you see the characteristics of input bias characteristics ideally and practically, then ideally its value is 0, but practically it shows 100 nano amperes. So please note everybody. Please note everybody. So please. So next definition. Second one is input offset current. Input offset current. Input offset current. Okay, so this is the second definition actually. Input offset current. So input offset current is nothing but the algebraic difference between the currents. Now, what are the currents we are considering? See, this is the logic symbol of operational amplifier. This is the output, and this is inverting, and this is the non-inverting terminal. Negative is always indicate non-inverting terminal. Positive is always indicate negative is always indicate inverting terminal. This is non-inverting terminal. Okay, and this is the final output. Right. Now offset, input offset means input offset current is nothing but algebraic difference of these two currents. Okay, algebraic difference between the currents into the non-inverting and non-inverting terminals are called input offset current. So the algebraic algebraic difference between the currents into inverting and non-inverting terminals is called input offset current. Okay, so this is the exact definition of input offset current. So whatever the currents which are given to the input signal, that is called inverting and non-inverting. So the difference of the algebraic difference of the input currents will gives input offset current. Okay, so therefore that is represented by capital I O. Okay, so this is called capital I is nothing for current. Okay, so that current input offset, IO represents input offset, is equal to more of I1 minus I2. So this is the algebraic sum of currents. So this is our exact value. Okay, so this is called algebraic sum of the currents. Input offset is equal to more I1 minus I2. Okay, minus I2. So ideally its value its value is zero, but practically it shows a few milli a few sorry a few nano amperes. Okay, it shows few nano amperes. Practically it shows practical identical ideal practical మనకి ఎప్పుడు కూడా two types of operational amplifiers ఉంటాయి. that is first one is ideal amplifier and second one is practical amplifier. So practical characteristics and ideal characteristics both are different. It is not like similar. Theoretically this operational amplifier characteristics is different than practical characteristics of ideal operational amplifiers. So in ideal operational amplifier, the input offset current is always zero, but in practically it shows some nano amperes. Okay, so this is the difference between practical and ideal characteristics of operational amplifier. We have one question is also here in our syllabus. Write the practical and ideal and practical characteristics of operational amplifier. So for that question, we use these definitions. All the definitions you are to write. After that, each definition you will draw a chart like characteristics of ideal op amp and characteristics of practical op amp. Then you will write every input offset. Yes, previous class I tell you first point input biasing current for both ideal and practical, and input offset voltage input offset current for both practical and ideal. So you have to compare the characteristics of ideal characteristics and practical characteristics of each operational amplifiers. That is important question. So please note everybody. So please note, we will move to next definition. Right. Next definition. So two definitions are already over: input bias current and input offset current. Now third definition is input offset voltage. Input offset voltage. Okay, next topic, input offset voltage. Next third definition, input offset voltage. Input offset voltage. So what is input offset voltage? Okay, generally we know that in ideal op amps, like see, for ideal op amps, output voltage should be zero. Output operation for ideal op amps, the output voltage should be zero when both inputs are grounded. Okay, when both inputs are grounded. Understand this point. For ideal operational amplifier, the output voltage should be zero when both inputs are grounded. That means, see, this is your operational amplifier. Okay, for suppose if you are grounding the inverting terminal and similarly you are grounding the out non-inverting terminal, then definitely these two are that inverting and non-inverting terminal, both terminals are grounded, then definitely output voltage should be zero. So therefore output voltage V0 is always zero when both input terminals are grounded. Okay, but this is for ideal condition. But for practical op amps, output voltage is not equal to zero, not equal to zero. Okay, but practically it was not equal to zero when both inputs are grounded, okay. So see, what is the difference between ideal op amps and practical op amps? So for ideal op amps, the output voltage should be zero when both inputs are grounded. For practical op amp, output voltage is not equal to zero when both inputs are grounded. Therefore therefore a small amount of the small amount of voltage is applied at the input terminal. Small voltage is applied at the input terminal to make output voltage is zero. Okay, so for that purpose, actually ideal op amps output voltage is zero when both inputs are grounded, but practically it was not equal to zero when both inputs are grounded. So for that purpose, I apply a small input voltages. I apply a small amount of voltage is applied at any one of the input terminal, to make the output voltage is zero. అది voltage zero చేయడానికి ఇన్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ లో ఎక్కడో ఒక దగ్గర ఏదో ఒక ఇన్పుట్ కి నేను కొంత ఇన్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ ని అప్లై చేస్తే అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, this input this input this input voltage is called that input voltage is called input offset voltage. So our voltage ni input offset voltage ani antaru. Okay, so this is the input offset voltage. Okay, right, understand? Right. Okay, adi ardham enti ante, see in this diagram you can clearly understand. If you are consider any operational amplifier, their output was not equal to zero, in this practical. This is ideal, this is practical. Practically it was not equal to zero, both input terminals are grounded. Okay, so therefore a small amount of voltage, so small amount of voltage means a small amount of signal is applied. So this is the small amount of voltage is applied, then see, after that it is grounded. So what will be happen, this is called offset voltage. So offset, see, this is the input offset voltage, this voltage plus and minus. Okay, so this voltage is applied any one of the input terminal to make the output voltage is zero. Then only if you apply in this condition, then this voltage V is equal to zero. So he required how much amount of voltage is required to control the output voltage. Otherwise output voltage makes zero when input voltage is applied. That input voltage is nothing but offset input voltage. So this is called input offset voltage. So please note everybody. Right. So we'll move to next. Okay. So tomorrow, today I think time is over. So tomorrow class I'll explain another three definitions are there. So three definitions are right now completed, and we have um, another more three definitions are there. After complete the definitions, I will tell you what is the practical and theoretical characteristics of the operational amplifiers. Okay, so please, today class is completed. So tomorrow we will explain uh, another more three definitions are there. After that definitions, we will explain the what is the characteristics and characteristics of ideal and practical operational amplifiers. After that, we will move to um, virtual ground concept. After that, we will move to inverting, non-inverting amplifiers. Okay, so right, today class is over. Thank you very much.